All right, so what I have with me may not be the largest bronze you've ever seen. This is a maquette, I believe is what we call this. And okay, see this maquette? We gotta see it. Ta-da! But anyway, this is a model of a bronze that is being done over at Bronzesmith in Prescott Valley on 2nd Street. Ed Reilly, owner of Bronzesmith, great to have you with us.
Thank you for having me today.
Deb Gessner, the most amazing sculptor. It's great to have you back with us as well.
Thanks, Ed.
So Bronzesmith is a fine art foundry, but it's also a gallery over there, which I have to say, I love wandering through your yard there because it's just beautiful and you've got a lot of sculptures, but inside also a gallery too.
Yes.
But this is what you do, and you are doing something really special. Again, this is just a small model. Tell us about Cowboy in a Storm.
Well, I think this sculpture really celebrates the Western heritage of Prescott. The cowboy is jackknifed over a calf, and he's dallying, and he's coming down around. He's going to make his loop around the calf's neck, but when they call it Cowboy in the Storm, it means that there's unpredictable outcome. We don't really know what's going to happen, and so this is kind of an interesting piece in that regard.
It is a real action piece. Now, this was done by George Phippen.
Yes.
And it kind of has a special, you're doing it for a special reason.
Yes, it's going to go in front of the roundabout, in front of the Phippen Museum. And that's going to be a gateway to Prescott. So this is a great piece that's celebrating Prescott's Western heritage.
And it's by George Phippen. I mean, a local sculptor who literally the Phippen is named after, and which is so nice because some of our art we end up getting from I don't know where.
Right.
For I know roundabouts, and it's so wonderful to have because we have award-winning ones. Now, Deb, you're a sculptor in your own right, but how did this come to you? What is this the original size of Cowboy in a Storm?
Well, this is the original of the original, but we're blowing it up to 14.5 feet, I believe it is.
14.5 feet.
Yes, so it has been enlarged, and Ed and his son Will built this amazing armature to support all of this stuff so that I could sculpt it over the core, styrofoam core, apply clay to it, sculpt all the detail back into it, try to channel George Phippen and how he would do something in a certain way, check his saddle for details, his hackamore for details.
His brand.
His brand.
Wow.
We put it on the shaps because his son Lauren requested that we do that. And I find this really fulfilling for me because at the beginning of my art career, my first sculpture show was the Phippen show back in the 70s on the square.
Really? A little sentimental for you then.
Yeah, and his son Lauren had the Bear Paw bronze work, and that was the first foundry I ever cast at. So this is a nice bookend, kind of at the more back end of my art career.
That's right.
To be
It's a
able
big
to do
circle.
this.
You just kind of go
big-
back to that whole thing.
It's great.
Well, and we've got pictures, and I wouldn't mind just showing them over and over because they're so amazing. I mean, the armature, you have to weld something in place, do you, Ed?
Yeah, well, the great thing nowadays, we can make the armature and the core of this out of styrofoam, so it's lightweight, but it still requires, once you put the clay on it, a means of holding it all together. So that engineering part of it was a lot of fun for me. What's the challenge about this is casting is that the horse's rump is cantilevered out over the base of the sculpture, so it's a challenge technically, and we've employed an engineer to make sure that this isn't going to fall over.
I mean, look at the weight of a bronze. That is literally, like you say, in the air.
Right.
This will be over 1,000 pounds of bronze over the calf here when it's done. But that's what makes it a beautiful piece. That's what makes it so unique.
Right.
Well, it is amazing. Again, George Phippen, one of our, most, well, certainly our famous author, sculptor around here. But he is around, the nation, if you will. I mean, he's, like Remington or something in terms of what he did in the Western thing.
He was one of the founding members of the Cowboy Artists of America, and they just celebrated their 50-year anniversary recently, which is really incredible. I just have such a love for Western art and, for all things Western.
Well, I think making it from a small sculpture into a huge one has got to be the most magnificent, but kind of difficult. It's like a mathematical thing too, isn't it, Deb?
It is. Yeah.
Do that.
And there's all the scaffolding around it, and if you're a little afraid of heights like I am, if you're way up there, leaning out over.
It's like maybe a little bit scary. Now, again, maquette, is that the way you say this?
Yeah, maquette.
Maquette, okay.
Yes.
So this is a smaller version, but
Yes.
more the size, of his original sculpture.
Right. This one's
Will you
already
be-
sold out too. This has been sold out for
Oh,
years
so-
and years. So this isn't really available anymore. This was originally sculpted in 1966.
Oh,
This was the
my.
last bronze that George Phippen had done.
Oh, no kidding.
Last
It's
image
very
that he had
last
done.
one
Yeah.
before we lost him. So, unfortunately, because a lot of times with your sculptures, I know with Tell Me the Big Woman that you did.
Not so gentle.
Yes.
Not so gentle tamer. You were selling small ones as
Yeah.
well to finance the large sculpture
Right,
and
right.
give people the opportunity to own such a fine thing. But unfortunately, not available for this one. But because I'm taking this one. Oh,
Yeah.
just kidding, just kidding. Absolutely marvelous. And so, anytime, what stage? You're pouring this now, are you?
We're molding it
We're
right
making
now.
molds.
You're making molds right
Right.
now. Okay,
So-
because this is the lost wax process, a big thing. People can go to Bronzesmith
Yeah.
and watch different
Sure.
pours and things
Yeah,
as
we
well.
had
see
an
the
open
gallery.
house a few weeks ago, and people are welcome to come by and see it work in progress.
Fabulous.
I'd also like to thank Kevin Pitts and the Prescott Area Art Trust for their involvement in this. They've been really instrumental in this community
Right.
in bringing great artwork in, and so
Love it.
I have my
How
hats
soon
off to
will we
them.
see this at the roundabout at the Phippen?
May
Year or so?
2018.
Oh, all right, not so
Yeah.
far away. Wow,
Yeah.
wonderful. Ed Reilly and Deb Gessner of Bronzesmith, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for
I
having
cannot
us, Sam.
wait. I'm going to go over and I have to see that in person because they will make you cry. They're so amazing.
Yeah.
All right,
They're
take it
big.
away.